Welcome to this video giving you the identified 3 most important advice when it comes to investing by the investing giant Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett started off with basically nothing in the field of investments and today has a net worth of $123 billion. He's in the Forbes 400 and ranked the 10th richest individual alive in the whole world. He never worked for any of the big investment banks, but managed to surpass them all. When asked how he made his fortune and the secret behind his success, Buffett frequently came back to 3 investing traits that anyone can adhere to and obtain high returns from. Number 1, know your circle of competence. What does that really mean? Buffett advocates only buying businesses that you understand and where you comprehend how one part of the business is connected to another. You should understand what makes the business profitable and if it's a viable business in the long term or not. One way of investing within your circle of competence is to simply keep your eyes open. Take the example of a technician in his hometown who on his daily way back from home passed by a certain company. The technician noticed that the company was constantly enlarging their building to fit more production machines and inventory. After researching some further about the company, the technician decided to invest $10,000. After 20 years, those $10,000 had become nearly $1 million. Identifying the potential of local businesses can be of immense value as you in real time see the progress and inherent quality of products and services in a way no investment banker ever does. Another way to identify good products or services is to look into the area of your own work. Which tools or services are you using that are of great quality that every mechanic or engineer longs to have? Dig further into those companies and you might find your jewel. Knowing your circle of competence also means not investing in businesses you do not understand. Buffett and his companion Munger never invested in the pharma industry, despite the vast potential for billions of dollars in profits. The reason? They did not understand anything about pharma and could not identify drugs in the pipeline that had a higher chance of succeeding versus other drugs. Most people that became rich became so through one business, not 10 or 20, which is promoted in stock market theories. However, a diversified stock approach, such as investing in an index fund, is, according to Buffett, the best thing to do if you do not have time to select single stocks, which brings us to the next piece of advice. Number 2, invest consistently over time. Patience and investing consistently over time is fatal to success in the stock market. Warren Buffett once told the following to a journalist: "Let me give you a figure that blow your mind, I think. I bought my first stock when I was 11 years old. It was the first quarter of 1942, shortly after Pearl Harbor," Buffett recalls. "I spent $114.75 for shares of a stock. If I put that $114 into the S&P 500 at that time and reinvested the dividends, think of a figure as to what it would be worth today." The answer is about $400,000. So if I, as a little kid, had taken that $114 I'd saved, shoveling snow or whatever I'd done, I'd have $400,000 today. Let's look at investing consistently from a modern perspective. If you were to invest $500 each month, how much do you think that money would be worth after 20 years? you would have a portfolio worth $350,000. If you were to double the invested amount and invest $1,000 each month, how much do you think that money would be worth after 20 years? No less than $720,000. With that money, you could buy that longed-for dream home, holiday apartment, enjoying drinks, or retire early. Perhaps most important when it comes to investing consistently over time is to simply not care about what the market is doing. The stock market is made up of millions of individuals that follow the same type of irrational behavior that humans in real life do. This means that stocks can decrease significantly in price due to the flocking behavior of selling a stock when everyone else is doing it, without any real fundamental reason. During such times, it is of utmost importance to hold your guard. If you still regard the business as healthy in the long term and disregard any price movements. Prices can decrease by up to 50% during a deep crisis. Such time periods should by the investor who is in for the long term be considered a moment to gain more stocks cheaply. One example of irrational behavior is the world's first financial bubble, the Dutch tulip bulb market bubble or tulip mania in the 17th century. Citizens from every class, rich and poor, speculated heavily in the tulip market. Homes and entire businesses were mortgaged so that tulips could be bought and sold at higher prices. The crash came suddenly one day, leaving behind many broke families. Make sure to not speculate in things you do not understand, which is more or less equal to gambling, and invest only in healthy businesses. Number 3. Invest in good businesses that even an idiot could run. Warren Buffett, together with his companion Charlie Munger, made sure to only invest in businesses that they could fully understand and that were built on a solid foundation that no individual alone could ruin. Think of it as building a home on a floating boat on the open sea or building a home on a mountain terrain with solid rock. A home built on a floating boat on the sea is much more likely to not survive disasters and even get destroyed by waves or other misfortunes compared to the house built on solid rock. If Buffett and Munger had to choose between good people or good businesses, they always chose good businesses. Buffett is famous for once stating that sooner or later, an idiot will most likely appear and run the place. And when that idiot comes to run the place, it is vital that the business and the business model are so good and prosperous that the business will survive and continue to generate sufficiently high profits. Examples of such companies are, for example, Apple, American Express, and Coca-Cola. These are all big companies with stable outlooks. An idiot that comes to run parts of such a large company is less likely to be able to ruin the company itself compared to smaller companies that are more prone to be heavily damaged by bad leaders. Creating a company culture of promoting teams that are effective and work towards common goals are vital in maintaining profitable businesses. Buffett and his lifelong companion Munger once said, "We rather hire a guy with an IQ of 130 who thinks it's 120 than one who has an IQ of 150 but thinks it's 170. They prefer to hire people who do not overestimate their own abilities because overestimation can lead to big achievements, but it often creates more risk than reward. Not to mention that it is often very difficult to collaborate with team members who overestimate their own abilities." On your investing path, remember the 3 pieces of advice in order to grow your wealth and not fall into any traps. Patience is virtue. and this could not be more understated when it comes to the field of investing. Compound interest is bound to make you richer, or at least far more well off than you are today. You don't even have to choose to invest in separate stocks, even though, historically, that has been the best option for getting the highest returns. You can choose to invest in an index fund with low management fees. Monthly payments of $1,000 can total over $700,000 after 20 years. If you start in your 20s or 30s, you will have that money already in your 40s or 50s. Imagine what you could do with over $700,000 in your bank account, apart from what you already own. Make sure to subscribe to the Smart Investing channel for more videos about investing. Thank you for watching, and we wish you success in your investing journey.